For those of you who are unfamiliar with the makeup of this event, it's a collaboration between US and Germany. So it's really great. It's been really fantastic having the students here. I can just tell you a personal thing. I really believe in this, putting the students together. I've had multiple opportunities of doing these kinds of exchanges, and I can say that all of those students, it has been, maybe I can call it life-changing, and so don't take it too seriously. It's been really fantastic for them, and they've really grown to a level that would not have been done otherwise.
We take the results from all the other groups and then combine them. And we actually take the most important part with it is electricity consumption, and we'll be telling you how the electricity consumption in the Borough Hall district could be up to 100% renewables by 2050.
And why do we think that cities are important? I mean, I think you know that the world is already pretty urbanized. I mean, basically, cities are the main CO2 producers, and it's not going to decrease in the future. So it's an important topic. They do produce a lot of CO2. And the good news, I think, is cities are pretty active also politically. So even with a government that is not very friendly to CO2 mitigation, the cities are strong and are strong drivers of the change. I would say the goals are pretty much the same wherever you look. I mean, of the progressive cities, let's say, worldwide. And I think the distribution of who consumes what is also pretty comparable. It's mainly the building sector, transport, and then industry services. We are very happy to be in New York because the data situation is pretty good. So we can access much more data than we could ever in Germany, where we have much stricter data protection issues. So I think there's about 3 billion people living in coastal areas worldwide. So it impacts enormous amount of people.
And I would give you a small overview about our understanding of planning systems, especially in Europe and Germany, and how we are dealing with such a neighborhood regeneration, and combine it with data mining and combine it with ideas of an energy efficient city. But the European Union has one general idea or objectives how to deal with sustainable cities, and it's called the so-called Leipzig Charta. So you will find it in English in the internet. And it's a common understanding how to deal and develop the model of a European city.
We have a research laboratory which mirrors the supermarket of the future and the digitalization of processes in the supermarket. We do this together with Kaufland Lidl company. And so I was looking for a few new methods how we can use business modeling in the area of supermarkets, and how can we bring in the food, water, energy nexus to planning processes.
We are quite good in generating data, and that's why since now, I think this figure is from 2011, we think data is the new oil. Just to say, okay, there's value in data. And we have a lot of data, yeah? I would say 5 exabytes, that's usually the example. If you scan all libraries worldwide, you end up with petabytes, which is 1/1000th of an exabyte. Yeah? So that's much more data, maybe knowledge, compared to what has created by humans in the last 10,000 years.
I was asked to talk about how realistic is a zero-carbon city. It's obviously a very high hurdle. It's a very ambitious goal. Part of how ambitious it is, like any question, depends on how we frame the question. So there are important definitional questions, and I'm really bookending, Dr. Eicher, how you opened this afternoon's workshop. The definition of what we mean by zero carbon is really interesting. Does that mean that everything has to be produced within the city, or that the city can import a certain amount of that and still be zero?